From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl.
Welcome to the Collins Aerospace Studio here at the Nordloff Center. I'm Greg Peterson, and this is Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. We're going to start off today's game in a little bit of an unusual way, which is by announcing the result. Congratulations to the Tigers for a good win today. They should be very proud of their efforts. Let's meet the teams. So the Byron Tigers have been part of the Quiz Bowl for all but one of the 12 seasons and made it out of the first round in, I believe, 9 of those seasons. They finished in the Elite 8 or better 6 times, so a pretty good track record. Let's go ahead and meet this year's team. Evan, you're the captain.
Yep. Hi, my name is Evan. On my far right, we have Easton. On my right, we have Reed. And on my left, we have Gavin.
Welcome back. And facing off against them, the Princeton Tigers, who have never lost in this competition because this is their first ever time on the show. So welcome to the Princeton Tigers. Ellen, let's meet you and your team for the first time.
Hi, I'm Ellen Workman. I'm captain, oh my gosh. Captain of the Princeton High School varsity basketball team, coached by the beautiful Brody Anderson. On my left is Trevin. On my inner right is Hannah. On my outer right is Isabella.
Welcome. Let's have some fun. We start off with the buzz-in round, which is powered by IBEW Nika. Just straight buzzer questions, 10 points for every right answer. Good luck, both teams, and here we go. What film character voiced by Jenna Davis is copied to create the villain Amelia and was built by Gemma to be her daughter's companion? That's Trevin.
Megan.
Correct. I was about to say companion robot doll. What process names a bath of liquid nitrogen, rapidly occurs when a piece of metalwork is quenched, and decreases an object's temperature? Reed?
Cooling.
That's all it was, yeah. In 2025, what office's current holder, Tenzin Gyatso, disputed that the Chinese government had any right to pick his reincarnated successor? Trevin?
Dalai Lama.
Correct. What novel in which a red weed is spread by the tripods of invaders who... That's Trevin.
War of the Worlds.
Well done, yes. What art form, mastered by John Y. Naka, makes use of akadama clay, small hasami shears? Trevin.
Pottery.
No, sorry, and I'll finish the question. Small hasami shears and typically shallow pots to cultivate miniature trees. Evan?
Bonsai trees?
That's right, bonsai. What term, which refers to a two-person dance exemplified by a wedding scene in the ballet Coppelia, literally means step of two? Evan?
Tango?
No, sorry. Hannah?
Waltz?
No, it's a pas de deux. It's a French thing, but it's on Dancing with the Stars, among other things. What figure, who was punished for depicting Zeus's sexual crimes on a tapestry, lost a contest to Athena and was... That's Trevin.
Arachne.
Correct. According to Vesper theory, what geometry is taken by molecules such as PF3 with a central atom with one lone pair and bonds to 3 atoms?
Tetrahedral?
No, sorry. And I was done with the question. That's trigonal pyramidal. Because of the lone pair, it forms a 3D pyramid. What poem, noting, the port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting? Trevin?
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Excellent buzz. Skunk Hour is a poem by what 20th century American author who wrote about a statue of Robert Gould Shaw in his poem For the Union Dead? That's time. That's Robert Lowell there. What scientist who died from aplastic anemia in 1934 co-discovered polonium amid work... Trevin?
Curie?
Yes, Marie specifically, but I didn't need the first name. Over 7 million World War II veterans used the education benefits offered by what? That's Evan.
GI Bill?
Yes, nice buzz. What man, whose daughter Anna feuded over child psychology with Melanie Klein, advanced the concept of the superego and founded psychoanalysis? Gavin?
Freud?
Yes, Sigmund Freud. What god had a priestess known as the god's wife, was worshipped with his wife Mut in Thebes, and was often syncretized with the sun god Ra? Trevin?
Horus?
No, sorry. That's Gavin.
Amaterasu?
No, but you're in the right part of the alphabet. Amun. It was Amun-Ra was the syncretized version. What food with poi mochi and chocolate headlight varieties is a deep-fried treat often in the shape of a torus that's sold by Krispy Kreme? Trevin.
Donuts.
Won the buzzer race, that's right. What novel by Esther Forbes, set during the Revolutionary War, follows a young man whose hand is mangled while working as that is Trevin.
Red Badge of Courage?
No, sorry, and I'll finish the question. Whose hand is mangled while working as a silversmith's apprentice? Evan?
A Farewell to Arms?
No, this is kind of early YA lit. It's Johnny Tremaine. But that's the end of the round, and we are off to a hot start here. Princeton Tigers 70, Byron Tigers 40. I tend to point out when we break 100 in the first round, and we've certainly done that. So we'll see you for the volleyball round right after this. And welcome back. It is time for today's volleyball round. We're going to see some team efforts and some team play here. But before we do that, I would like to thank today's judge, who's Brad Fisher, the chair of the Illinois High School Scholastic Bowl Coaches Association. When you are as lucky as this region is to have TV Quiz Bowl, it's nice to have the off-TV Quiz Bowl represented as well. So Brad, thank you for all you do, keeping us in line. Volleyball round. We know that all the answers here are going to have to come from your captains, and then it's going to be just 5 seconds. First question goes to Byron. Here we go. Byron, what electrical circuit components, which have a parallel plate type, store charge and electric potential energy?
Capacitor?
Yes. Princeton, what poem, which vows we'll take a cup of kindness yet, was set down in 1788 by Robert Burns in Scots dialect, and it's sung at midnight on New Year's?
Old length sign?
Yes. Over to Byron. What African city, whose Anfa Hotel hosted a 1943 Allied conference, is also the setting of a 1942 film starring Humphrey Bogart? It's a port in Morocco.
Morocco. Casablanca. Casablanca?
Correct.
Nice.
Over to Princeton. In 2024, what state replaced its flag, which insensitively depicted a Native American man, with one that features 2 fields of blue and a white star?
Oklahoma?
No, it's Minnesota. Sadly, the loon shooting lasers out of its eyes got lost in the vote. Byron, what primary founder of Umkhonto we Sizwe was imprisoned for 27 years on Robben Island, but then became the first black president of South Africa?
Mandela?
Yes. Princeton. In chemistry, many metals with what property of being able to compress into thin sheets? Many metals have what property of being able to compress into thin sheets, which is somewhat overlapping with the trait of ductility.
Malleability?
Yes. Over to Byron. What Soviet author described brutal labor camps in his nonfiction series, The Gulag Archipelago, and his novella, One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich?
What? Aidshed?
No, Solzhenitsyn there. Over to Princeton. What play in which the word absent is preferred to dead by Estelle depicts 3 souls who are locked in a room in hell, and it's by Jean-Paul Sartre? That's a tough one there. That's No Exit. Byron, a 1918 pandemic outbreak of influenza that killed tens of millions of people was commonly named for what European country?
Spain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Princeton. What 16th century ruler who patronized the 9 Gems artists was known for his religious tolerance during his long reign as a great Mughal emperor? That's time. That's Akbar the Great. Over to Byron. What devices may exploit the resonant frequency of rubidium-87 or cesium-133 to establish a time standard?
Atomic clock.
Correct. And that is the round, and it's been a good game so far, and it's just going to stay that way because we are tied at 90 right now. I said the Tigers are going to win this, and I'm now wondering if we're going to have a winner at all. We're going to see you for the Bergstrom bonus question in just a moment.
Known as the Monsters of the Midway, what football team won Super Bowl 20 in 1986 and play their home games at Soldier Field?
Welcome back. We've had a great game so far, but time for something a little different in the form of the Bergstrom bonus question, which is sponsored by GameStar Arcade in Durand. It's one question, it's on the buzzer, and rather than points, you're playing for a pizza and ice cream party. Here we go. Primarily used by settlers headed west, which 19th century trail connected Missouri to, that is Evan.
Oregon Trail.
Correct. So that is a pizza and ice cream party courtesy of GameStar Arcade headed your way, and some lightning rounds headed everybody's way right after this. And welcome back. It is time in this tied game for the lightning round where we're going to see the same quality of teamwork we had earlier, but even faster. Princeton, you're going to have your first pick here between elements of Shakespearean drama, Nordic words, or yellow.
Yellow.
Okay. Give these answers related to the color yellow. Minute on the clock, here we go. The British band that sang Yellow Submarine.
Beatles.
Yes. 1898 war encouraged by yellow journalism about the USS Maine.
Spanish American.
Yes. The greedy yellow cap wearing rival of Mario.
Wario.
Yes. The yellow golden flowers in William Wordsworth's I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud.
Daffodil.
Yes. The yellow character in the board game Clue.
Mustard.
Yes. The yellow headwear that names a rebellion against the Han dynasty.
Pass.
The yellow-clad member of the X-Men with adamantium claws.
Wolverine.
Yes. The band that released the 2000 song Yellow.
Coldplay.
Yes. The country whose 1986 People Power Revolution, or Yellow Revolution, ousted Ferdinand Marcos.
Pass.
The fish whose yellowfin variety is used in sashimi.
Tuna.
Yes. The yellow headwear that names a rebellion against the Han dynasty.
Helmet.
No. The country whose 1986 People Power Revolution, and we are out of time, but you got 8 of those, so well done.
Good job, guys.
There's only 2 coming your way, Byron, but the 2 are give these answers related to the color yellow, and you've got 30 seconds for them. The yellow headwear that names a rebellion against...
Turban?
Yes. The country whose 1986 People Power Revolution, or Yellow Revolution, ousted Ferdinand Marcos.
Ferdinand Marcos. I think it was Spain, Argentina.
No. And you only had 2, so you got one of them. Ferdinand Marcos was in charge of the Philippines. But 9 out of the 10 between the 2 teams. Very well done there. Byron, your turn to pick. You're picking between elements of Shakespearean drama or Nordic words.
Nordic words.
Okay. Give these English words that originated in Norse or Scandinavian languages.
This could be hard.
Here we go.
Okay.
Heavy mist.
Fog.
Yes. A short rod used for magic spells.
Wand. Wand.
Yes. A baby goose.
Geeseling. Fowl.
No. Caribou.
Moose. Moose.
No. An exceptional detective.
Exceptional detective. Investigator.
No. A wire-headed kitchen tool used to aerate liquids.
Whisk.
Yes. A dye derived from lichens that's used in acid-base tests.
Pass.
A marine mammal with a single spiraling tusk.
Narwhal.
Yes. Leftover grit at the bottom of a cup.
What's it called? Pass.
Lattice of thin interwoven twigs often used to make furniture.
Weave.
No. The die derived from, and we're out of time there, but you got 4 of those. Nice job on, I do think it was a pretty hard round. So we have 6 of them coming your way, Princeton. I need you to give me these English words that originated in Norse or Scandinavian languages. Here we go. Baby goose.
Gooseling.
No. A caribou.
Reindeer.
Yes. An exceptional detective.
Pass.
The dye derived from lichens used in acid-base tests.
Red.
No. Leftover grit at the bottom of a cup.
Pass.
A lattice of thin interwoven twigs often used to make furniture.
Twine.
No. An exceptional detective.
Pass.
Leftover grit at the bottom, and we're out of time, but you did get 1 of those. Let's go over the ones that we missed. A baby goose, that's a gosling with 1, our judges said too far away. An exceptional detective, that's where we get the word sleuth from. The acid-base tests that you do, those are litmus tests, and litmus is the dye in question. The leftover grit at the bottom of a cup is the dregs. And then the thin interwoven twigs that you can make furniture with, that's wicker. Tough round there, but 40 and then 10. So what that means now is that we have a 40-point game. Princeton with 180, Byron with 140, heading into a final round in which there's going to be 20 points at stake at every single question. See you for that in just a moment. Welcome to today's final challenge, which is brought to you, as always, by Rockford University. We have a 40-point game here, and we have a whole bunch of 20-point questions. So fingers on buzzers. Good luck. It's been a great game. Here we go. What process in which water evaporates from the surface of plant leaves helps pull water upward from roots? Tough one there. That's called transpiration. Next question. What defendant was the subject of testimony by Kid Cudi and Cassie Ventura in a case that in July of 2025 acquitted him of most charges of sex? That's Reed.
Young Thug.
No, sorry, and I'll finish the remaining word of sex abuse. Trevin?
Weinstein.
No, this is Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, etc. Acquitted on some, but not all charges. Don't Deal with the Devil is the subtitle of what notoriously difficult 2017 Studio MDHR platformer whose art style was inspired by 1930s cartoons? Evan?
Cuphead.
Correct. What musician whose wife Alice was a member of his classic quartet was a jazz saxophonist whose albums included Blue Train and A Love Supreme? Hannah?
Davis.
No, sorry. Evan?
Louis Armstrong.
No, you get the nickname Train by having the last name Coltrane. It's John Coltrane. What constitutional amendment, ratified in 1804, requires the Electoral College to cast separate, distinct ballots for president and vice president? Trevin?
12th.
Correct. What author of the encyclicals Evangelium Vitae and Veritatis Splendor served as the Archbishop of Krakow in Poland before becoming Pope in 1978? That is Hannah.
John Paul II.
Is correct. Won the tight buzzer race, but won it. What country, which pioneered the use of gross national happiness, is a landlocked that is
Bhutan.
Reed. Say it again?
Bhutan.
Nice buzz, yes. What man signed a bill repealing the Reedy Creek Improvement Act targeting Disney and enacted the Don't Say Gay law in his role as Florida's governor? Reed.
Ron DeSantis.
Correct. What events, which can occur in a destructive megathrust variant near subduction zones, are measured by the Richter scale, and that is Trevin?
Earthquakes.
Correct. What poem, which uses the phrase fatal engine to describe a scissor blade, is a mock epic about the theft of Belinda's hair written by Alexander Pope?
The Rape of the Lock.
Correct. What sea contains the Åland Islands, has arms like the Gulf of Bothnia and the Gulf of Finland? And that's Reed.
Baltic.
Correct. The composer Johann Strauss Jr. is hailed as the king of what musical form that became a craze in the 19th century? Trevin?
Waltz.
Correct. And at the buzzer, congratulations, that's Princeton 280, Byron 200. I guess the prediction from the start about the Tigers advancing has proven true, but also 500 points is a really excellent total score. This is some of the best first round play we've seen all season. So absolutely, congratulations to both teams, Princeton especially with the win, but Byron, I have no doubt whatsoever that we're going to be seeing you make some deep runs in the next couple years. So we'll see you when that happens. We'll see you, Princeton, again in a couple months. See you all next week.